What's up, boxing fans? This is Anna here to do another post-fight analysis. This boxing analysis is between Bernard the Executioner, aka the Alien now, who switched over to the Alien, Hopkins, B-Hop, versus Murat from Germany. By way of Iraq, I found out the guy is from Iraq. I kind of figured he didn't look like a German guy from Iraq. But anyway, all through the battle, the fight at hand, the main event of last night. It was a great main event. You had two warriors going back and forth, throwing punches. It was actually, to me, fight of the night. And the only reason why I say fight of the night, I didn't expect it to be, because this is a 48-year-old man. He'll be 49 January 15th. Just amazing. I'm one of the biggest fans of B-Hop because I'm a true boxing. I love the genius of boxing, the sweet science of it, the real deal, not just the back and forth action. I mean, that's always nice. That's what you pay for. But you also, if you're intelligent, you want to learn. I want to learn. Every time I watch boxing, I love to learn, okay? And when I watch B-Hop, I learn something each time. I learn about defense. I learn about straight right hand leads. I learned about jumping left hooks from the hip. He does the check left hook beautifully. He is from Philly, so he does the original. The Philly chef dude is just talented as fuck, man. He got so much skill in the ring, and true, boxing aficionados, they'll know what I'm talking about. They know what a stab jab is. Mayweather does it all the time. B-Hop does it a lot. If he wants to keep his opponent off of him and snap some of his energy, that jab, he wait, hit him with the jab, hit him with some hand movement, in the shoulder every time he try to punch. The punches are hitting the shoulder, never hitting his chin that much. He only got hit on the chin, I think, in the 11th or 10th round. I think he got hit with a good combination. That shows that he does have a great chin, and that's at 48, which is, it's crazy. I can see why he calls himself the Alien. That's just amazing. Great talent. He's going to go down as one of the best boxers of all time. He's, I believe, in the top 20 list of people, I'm talking about all time of boxing, that has landed, that has, made it to the point of having 23 title defenses. 23 title defenses. He has now surpassed Mayweather. He's now surpassed Joe Calzaghe. Those are big names. Those are Hall of Fame names, and he's passed both of them up. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., I understand why they have him as the top. A lot of people consider him the top boxer pound for pound ever, because he had 31 title defenses, which is amazing. He's the top list, even over Joe Louis. I believe Joe Louis had 28. That's for true boxing fans out there that like to really know your crap. But anyway, back on the the fight at hand. Murat, he came there saying he's gonna knock him out. He wanted to retire Hopkins, because he said, I'm 18 years, younger than his senior. And he was coming. He had a great approach in the beginning round. The first round, he threw good jabs to the body. He was working a lot up to the body. He threw good overhand right. He was really showing what he was all about. He was throwing good left hooks. And every time Hopkins was doing that Philly shell, he would jump with an angle, because he's so, buff and compact and slow. I guess Bernard's so used to faster fighters that he was kind of getting hit a little bit, but it wasn't like flush, but he was still getting hit with the left hook and the overhand right. But it was like a, really short overhand right, which you can land in that Philly shell type of defense, and somebody's on the ropes. Now, what Murat did do that he messed up on was trying to fight his fight and get dirty, which you are supposed to get dirty, but you're supposed to be intelligent. But no, Hopkins has been boxing for over, 20, close to 22 years, 23 years, maybe even more than that. He started boxing professionally in 1988 and fought Roy Jones, I believe, 1992 or 93. So that lets you know how old the guy is right there. He knocked out Oscar De La Hoya with a body shot. The guy is just special. That's all I can really say. I mean, he was doing things that I didn't think he could do. He was throwing combinations, 4, 5, 6 punches in the middle rounds. He was winning those rounds. Like I said, Murat really didn't make it a close. I gave him like 4 rounds to 8, you know, for Hopkins, because he just didn't do enough. You're the younger guy. You're coming, you know, basically on his turf over there in Atlantic City, which is right next to Philly, and you're supposed to be getting the job done. I mean, he basically took him in a North Philly alleyway, and like Danny Garcia said, he whooped his ass, you know, and he really just put a boxing lesson on the guy. He really showed the guy that you're not on my level. My intelligence and boxing skills is way too much. And like Roger Mayweather said, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. It's as simple as that. But like I said, the dude is just talented. I mean, I couldn't believe he beat Felix Trinidad back when he did, back in 2001. And, you know, won the WBA championship in middleweight and a unification bout in Madison Square Garden. I was like super duper young at this. I was like 10, 11 years old. And I remember my people were crying because they couldn't believe Felix Trinidad lost to B.I. But hey, that lets you know just how good that man was back then. What do you guys feel that he, I mean, like, who should he face next? You know, because he almost got the knockout. He was going for the knockout. He even said it in the camera. Was not huffing and puffing. And that lets you know if you eat right, you stay dedicated to your craft, you wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, do your runs, do your conditioning, work really hard with the weights, because you have to lift what people say, oh no, you don't have to lift weight. Yes, you do. If you want to be a power puncher, everybody wants to be such a hard power puncher, you have to do some type of weight training, push-ups, I mean, some type of plyometric training. You have to do it if you want to be a successful, great power puncher boxer. So that's just how it goes. B-Hop was doing a good job keeping his hands down. One thing I like, he was shooting a lot of shots from the hip. Rolling the shoulder, throwing straight right hand. And that's what you want to see when somebody's older. You don't want to see him try to do the blood and guts thing, just take a whole bunch of punishment and get knocked the fuck out. You want to see him still throw good combinations, work off the jab, counter straight right hands, check left hooks. Especially when they're on the ropes. Throw those check left hooks when they get too, too cocky. You know, the other boxer's getting off, feeling himself, he's landing a little bit. Boom, hit him, stun him a little bit. And B-Hop was doing a great job of that. Now, Murat, I thought he was going to get stopped. I believe it was the 11th or maybe it was the 12th round. And Steve Smoker said, like, you know, what are you doing? Turn around. Because he had turned his back. You never turn your back to a fighter. You protect yourself at all times. And he was like this when he turned his back. So B-Hop, knowing B-Hop, touched him to the liver, hit him with a hard left hook to the chin, short left hook. And I thought it was going to be all over. But Murat has a pretty good chin as well. I'm impressed. He beat a guy that I think was like 21-1. I think he gave him his second loss too. So big ups to B-Hop. Still a big fan. Can't wait to see him back in the ring. Hopefully he gets another, like a real big fight, and continue watching his greatness. That's all I want to see. I want to see what he can still do, even at 49, maybe even 50. I believe he got 3 more fights left. And if that fight with Mayweather gets made at 160, I know Mayweather's probably not going to do it, but that'll be a crazy fight. Even though I believe Mayweather still beat him.